Hey Adrian. When I was in high school, I had a conversation with my friend about identity. We were talking about the voice in our head that we hear when we read things or think in words. Take a second to pay attention to the stream of words flowing through your head and try to say some of them out loud. Are the two voices the same for you? They aren't for me. My friend and I both felt like if we had to choose, the voice in our heads felt more real than the voice that we speak with. And it's a voice that no one else will ever hear. We each have incommunicable depths within us, mysteries that necessitate faith. When I say I love you, you have to believe that what I mean by love exists in the same space as what you mean by love, even if neither of us can know for sure that our experience is identical. In fact, it's probably not. I say this because I've been thinking about art lately, about art as a lens by which we experience things, and not the things themselves. Recently, we had a debate about whether or not a thought can be a piece of art. I think I agree with you now that a thought is not a work of art, but only because I no longer think a thing can be art. I think art is how we experience and interpret a thing. Something that one person sees as a random jumble of words can be a brilliant poem to someone else. It's in the reading that the words become a poem. This is, of course, probably more of a prescriptive definition of art than a descriptive one. I went walking along the river today, and as I walked, my thoughts felt like art. The sound of the trees rustling in the wind, the geese taking flight, the slant of the yellow light, it all felt like art. I heard music that didn't exist. And it was music, even if I didn't get the chance to write it down or play it out loud, even if it only ever existed for a brief moment in my mind. Sometimes I feel like the texture and beauty of this world has meaning in it, especially when I'm walking around in places like this, with my mind brimming. I know you said that you didn't think something could be art unless it could be communicated to other people. Our conversation was art by your definition. The thoughts and images pooling in my head were not. But that seems like a lonely definition of art to me, because it excludes everything we experience that we will never capture for another person. Why should everything alone in us exist outside the world of art? I do see the irony in explaining all this to you in a video where I've clearly attempted to capture something of the afternoon I had, how it felt to be there on this day, in this turbulent month. I feel the temptation to ask myself, was any of it art before I tried to capture it for you? But it was. The music in my head, the minutes I spent watching this single tree towering in a field of gravel, the soft major chords I never played aloud. I feel the loneliness of being an individual become precious and even beautiful when I think about experiencing life as art. The afternoons when I can't get myself off the couch, the moments when I do not live as broadly and deeply as I want to. What would happen to those moments if I viewed them through the lens of art? Art for the sake of beauty, art to ease the terror of living, art to make meaning out of it, art simply because sometimes it feels like I have no choice except to make it. Because there are moments when I don't know how to be alive in a way that doesn't feel like art.